Well, Steve, first chance for many supporters to get to see the new signings. Yeah. 4 of them play tonight. You brought 6 in already. I wonder how helpful it is that you've been able to do that business early so you can get a few pre-season friendlies for them.
Yeah, well, it's always good to, if you're going to bring signings in, to do as early as possible, and obviously we've acted fairly quickly on the guys that you mentioned, you referred to. So yeah, so far so good with them, both on and off the pitch. Obviously we want to introduce how we work, how we play in training and games, so they can get up to speed as quick as possible. And equally as important is that they integrate themselves into the club with their teammates, with the staff, in the city, all that sort of stuff. So yes, good start.
I think supporters are pretty excited by the signings you've made so far. All 26 or under. I wonder how important, how significant that factor is as well.
Well, yeah, it's nice because it means that they're hungry, and we wouldn't bring players here if they weren't hungry and they didn't want to play for the club and they're not willing to play our way or work as hard as we want them to work. And sometimes that comes with what you said, with a younger age, because there's still a lot to prove. So yeah, that's a nice thing to know that we can keep growing the players while obviously going into a massive challenge of the Premier League. But that's how we work.
How many more are you hoping for, expecting before the season starts?
Well, there will be more. There has to be, and we know it was inevitable that the team and the squad was going to change because of the loan players and a couple of players leaving. So we're going through that process, as well as having to put a team and squad together that's going to compete in a higher standard now in the Premier League. So to put a number on how many more, I don't know, but there's certainly a fair few that need to come in for sure.
First chance we've had to speak to you since the end of last season. Did you give yourself time to enjoy it, or was it straight to work?
Yeah, of course. It was an amazing season. Capped off with an even better day. At Wembley. So after the final whistle, yeah, enjoyed it. And yeah, now we will build on that for sure, and we will never be forgotten. I know how important a day it was in the club. We won't take it for granted. We won't rest on it. It's got to be a springboard now to kick on, but a lot of work to do with that.
Well, I wonder, you're not usually one to ever look backwards, of course, so I just wonder whether you do still use that as a source of something to sort of get momentum into the new season, or because it's a new division and new players, do you sort of start afresh?
No, it's definitely a focus of mine to, with the changes of squad and team as we have alluded to, it's definitely a focus of mine to continue to build on the spirit and the togetherness of last season, while introducing new players. So it wasn't just about the final game at Wembley and the momentum from that. It was about the whole season, because we progressed in so many ways, and we want to continue to progress, and that has to be built on what we created last year. So any players that come are joining that. It's not about starting again, it's joining what's already up and running. And that's something I'm responsible for and paying a lot of focus on.
Is that a tricky thing to try and juggle when you've got a number of new players into it?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's a good challenge. It's not a bad one for sure. So yeah, but I knew, like I said, it was inevitable with the loans that whatever league we were in, that we were going to have to change a bit of the team and squad, and that's just the process that we're going through.
There's been a lot of talk this summer as well about whether you might sign a new contract. Is there anything coming on that?
Well, you know how happy I am here. It's not. I don't think too much about my personal situation. My focus is just on training every day, preparing the team, preparing the players. I have to say all along, this is no hierarchy. It's all about togetherness. But there's no concerns with me and how I feel about things.
And what do you want over the next few weeks then, as you build up towards that sort of Premier League opening?
Well, the normal process of pre-season is a preparation phase in a number of ways, whether it's physical, whether it's how you want a team to play, the culture that you want to belong in amongst the club, a connection with the supporters. So the natural process of that, and with adage to that is bringing players in and stuff like that. So it's the normal, like I said, the normal stuff that you go through in pre-season. But it's an exciting one, Premier League, Newcastle away, first game. So everybody's really buoyant at the moment, but very focused at the same time, and we just got to keep working double hard every single day.
What is the mood like among those players, especially those that were here at the end of last season and they're getting that chance to play in the Premier League now?
I think it's a real good balance of focus, and knowing that we've got to go even harder than what we did last year, but at the same time everyone's proud to be here, enjoy each other's company. Training ground's always a noisy one, and we've started as we've meant to go on, as we mean to go on in the first couple of weeks. And yeah, don't get me wrong. Whatever we did last year won't be enough for next year. You know, we've got to do more. It starts with me. You know, and that's where we're at.